Good morning, whole junior high learning community. Happy Friday, Mr. Knighton here. Let's go ahead and jump right into this week's announcements. As always, we want to kick off with our word. My humanity is bound up in yours, for we can only be human together. Again, our humanity is bound up in one another's, for we can only be human together. Faces around the junior high. We had a lot of excitement this week with St. Patty's Day. That was really neat, just having everybody show up in their green. I got away with not getting pinched because I kept telling them I do have on green. I had a little bit of green on my watch face, but I did not have on any green clothing, so I was the target of many attempts for a pinch. But got a couple pictures down here, Mrs. Polo, Miss Troitsky, and then we have a student down here with a really neat St. Patty's Day hat, so I was able to grab that picture. It was a busy week, and it was a busy week in the best of ways, but I was not able to capture as many pictures as I'm used to being able to get, so it's okay. I did want to point out this young person right here. Love talking fashion with her. It's neat, you know, having grown up in the 80s and the 90s, and I went to high school in the very early 2000s, you know, with the whole vintage trend and things coming back full circle. She brings in a lot of the clothing that I remember as a kid. Particularly, she had on a pair of shorts a couple weeks back that she got for a really decent amount of money from a vintage shop. And I'm like, I had those shorts in high school, so kind of wish I would have kept them, because now, you know, that's where we're at. Like, the trend is some of the clothing that I grew up wearing. So speaking of which, I love Fridays. Friday is a dress down day, especially for me. And the kids always pick on me like, Mr. Knight, you're dressing like a student. And I'm like, no, this is just how I dress on Fridays and on the weekend. So this is just a picture of her and I last week. And then we got a couple others down here. These two young humans right here, we always chit chat and talk about things. We're always trying to coordinate. So I was like, hey, we should all wear gray this day. And we all came in as grayed out as possible. Just a lot of fun. Mr. B and I, that's my man. That's my right-hand man. So just a random day, he and I were twinning it up. But then right here, we got some students in Mrs. Brimley's STEAM classroom. They started doing their cardboard building activity, which was really neat. Last year, they built chairs that we got to test out, and they're in the early stages of working on their design right now. So shout out to Mrs. Brimley's room. We just appreciate all the joy and the excitement and just the creativity around engineering that's taking place down in that room. Alrighty, Kroger account. I'm not gonna stop talking about this until the money starts coming in, but I'm not gonna do a full explanation about what to do. You guys know what to do. Sign into your Kroger's reward. Go to community rewards at the junior high. If you have any questions about how to do that, the steps are right here. All right, Lugnuts trip, that's coming up. We are almost to the month of April. Remember, this is for 8th graders only. So on April 29th, our 8th graders will be going on a field trip. There are requirements in order for you to be eligible. Must be passing 4 classes, 10 or fewer tardies, and no detentions or suspensions. So getting close to that spring date. It's always so much fun, and we're looking forward to taking our 8th graders out. All right, being on time, it's getting better, but let's just continue to make sure that we are here in the building. Class starts at 7:30. You need to be in your classroom, in your seat at 7:30, ready to learn. Parents, help us out, please. The front area, that is only for drop off after 7:30, or if you need to pick up your student in between like 7:30 and 2. Between the school day. But all drop off should be in the morning between 7 and 7:30 at the auditorium lot. April 14th, that is coming up. This is a big one because it's going to adjust the schedule quite a bit for our 7th graders. 8th graders is a full day of school, so you guys are here. We have PSAT, but for our 7th graders, you have not even a half day. You're only going to be here for like 2 hours. You're going to show up. School starts at 12:20. You'll do lunch at 12:32, and then you'll go off to your class. So again, 7th graders, it is a late start day. All right, bell schedules next week. Keep in mind, we have only 4 days of school next week because we're getting ready to go on a spring break. So next week we'll have A and B schedules. Staff emails, nothing's changed there. Junior high calendar, as I was sharing, next week we only have school for 4 days. Our spring break starts on Friday of next week, so there will be no school. All right, clubs and activities. We continue to keep this updated. Just click here. It'll take you to the most up-to-date list of what we have going on. And then if you're ever curious about everything we have going on here, click right there. So we're gonna leave with Mindy, I think it's Kaling. She is an American actress. She's a comedian. I'm sure you guys have seen her in a couple of things, but want to share some words from her. If you don't see a clear path for what you want, sometimes you have to make it yourself. Again, if you don't see a clear path for what you want, sometimes you have to make it yourself. I think about one of our core values here is resilience. And that's being able to, endure and being able to keep moving forward despite what circumstances might be. And yes, in life, you need to continue to clear out that pathway. So if it's your work, if it's your schoolwork, if it's dealing with pure conflict, if it's maybe just getting up in the morning and getting to school, lean on us as supports, lean on your family for supports. We should be leaning on one another. Again, don't forget this quote down here that our humanity is bound up in one another's, but we should be encouraging one another along the way and helping to broaden our vision to be able to understand and how to create a clear path to get to where we need to be. That's all I got. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Take care. Much love. Be safe. And we'll see you on Monday. Take care.